Hello, and welcome to the inaugural episode of the ADHD Operating Manual. So, my name is Coach Jen. If you want to connect with me in other places, it is Coach Jen T. Johnson all over the internet. And today I'm going to introduce myself and I'm going to talk about what this podcast can do, what it will help you with if you are identified as a high functioning ADHDer, or you're pretty sure. Really, honestly, about half my client roster right now is women who have not been formally diagnosed, but everything ADHD just like resonates with them. They're like, oh my gosh, that's me. Holy crap, it's like you're reading my diary. So if that's you, you are still welcome here, even if you don't have a full formal diagnosis. So a little bit about me. So I am a suburbanite by nature here. I've been living in suburban Minnesota for 12 years, and I have a child who is 12 years old. I have the doodle, and I also have the minivan. So I'm really checking all the suburban mom boxes. But I would say I am anything but a typical suburban mom because what I do for a living is I help high functioning women with ADHD stop burning out from all the masking, all the over functioning, all of the exhausting, intricate systems and habits and routines that it takes for them to function and help them learn the skills that help them function more efficiently. We put the fun back in function. Just kidding. I'm never gonna say that again. And if you have not turned off yet, I appreciate you for dealing with me. So for me, I've been coaching again 11 years. Lots of different women. I've coached. I really started as a health coach initially with focusing on weight loss, and then started realizing through my own experience and the experience of my clients that diet culture is fucking toxic. And so I still do coach women around health, but with the foundational belief that that is how we feel our best, right? There is no macro counting, there is no shoulds, there is no 10,000 steps. It really is based in the fact that we need to sleep better, all of us. It's going to make us feel better. We need to drink water. We need to eat a vegetable occasionally, just so we feel better, as well as move our bodies, get some sunshine, all that kind of stuff. So I help my clients do all of that functionally so that they feel better, not in the pursuit of any necessary, diet culture bullshit. So that's what we do. And then also in this podcast, I'm going to teach you skills. I have the You Supported, which is my one-on-one coaching program. I have a giant skills bank of 17 skills that ADHDers need to learn to be able to function more efficiently and to stop masking so hard. And the cool thing about skills is that, as with AD, we have ADHD, right? So we do not have certain skills downloaded because of executive dysfunction. Executive dysfunction, I'll go into an episode about that if you want like a little primer on it. Essentially, it is things that make us that make it a little bit more challenging to operate in a neurotypical world as an ADHDer. Now, the cool thing and the reason why I phrase it, say we're not downloaded with these skills, is because we can learn them. That is the hope at the end of the tunnel. So most likely what you've seen out there in the ether, in the internets, on the socials is all the bullshit about a color-coded chore chart, this new planner, some sort of potential supplement, set a timer, all that kind of stuff. All of those things are what we will be categorizing as skills, excuse me, as tools and actions. They are things that you can absolutely use to solve a problem of some sort. However, if you don't understand the skill of using it, or you don't understand what skill is necessary to be functional with it, the second it stops working, the planner stops being so shiny, or the app stops working when you stop feeding the plant, whatever it is, that's when you're going to start struggling. So, in this podcast, I'm going to teach you the things that you need to know skill wise so you can solve specific problems. Not like, not being able to do a full load of laundry without feeling overwhelmed, like not being able to book that doctor's appointment, like not being able to stop doom scrolling to start laundry, all of these things, all the typical problems that ADHDers face. But I will teach it from a different angle of a skills bank. The reason why that's important is because if you learn the skill of prioritization, you learn the skill of getting out of the moment, you learn the skill of regulating your brain and getting it in the car. When you learn these skills, you can apply it to so many different problems versus a one-off hack, tip, trick. We don't do hacks, tips, and tricks here. I teach you why the way you are, the way you are. I have a triple A. So awareness, action, accountability. You're going to get all three in this podcast. The first thing is awareness. Awareness means knowing why we are the way we are. It is not helpful to just be like, oh, that's my ADHD. If you don't know actually why, what part of executive dysfunction that you are exhibiting, if you don't know why a certain thing works better for your brain, the ADHD brain will get itchy and will move on. The ADHD brain needs to know why. We'll also be creating really cool whys for you to exercise these skills and tackle the problems you're facing. And when I say cool why, so here's an example. A lot of clients initially will come to me before we have a real good in-depth sister-to-sister chat and say, I know I should get healthier because for my kids, and I know that my parents have certain health issues, and I really need to get on that. Now that sounds noble, right? It sounds like it should be motivating. It almost 100% will not fucking motivate you to change your health. So for me, I work out regularly. I try to eat a vegetable every once in a while, drink my water, get to bed on time. I really actually love sleeping. I don't ever struggle with sleep. But with that, the reasoning behind why I do those things, sometimes I don't want to go to the gym. And I'm gonna teach you a skill called doing it grumpy. But the reason why, when I'm like actually feeling motivated, is not motivation, not the motivational unicorn. It honestly is because I want to be fit and fierce if a Nazi comes to my door, if someone tries to hurt my child, if I need to run because I am in danger. Now, are these like terrible like things? Maybe possibly that probably won't happen, but maybe they will, but I don't know. Sure. Does it motivate me? Absolutely. So as I'm doing the hard thing in the gym, I'm like, you know what? This is for good old throat punching. This is for taking people down in the playground. This is for whatever motivates you is wonderful, but you have to find a why, and I give you permission to make it weird. So that's the awareness period, right? The second thing we're going to talk about is action. That is the tools and the actions that you take to use that awareness, right? That can be a timer, it can be a planner, it can be all that kind of shit. Usually it is not. It is most likely different skills to be able to get out of your own head, to get ahead of the grumpiness, to get ahead of the overwhelm. And I'm going to teach you how to take that actual aligned ADHD high functioning action. The next piece of this is the accountability. So accountability can come in many, many different formats. Accountability can come in the format of a coach. If you ever want coaching support, you know I got you. It can come in the form of like, hey, my best friend's going to meet me at the gym. It can come in the form of the app sent you a reminder because the little plant you're supposed to be watering is dying. It can come in the form of like literally almost anything, but we almost always need accountability. When we don't use accountability, we burn out 10 times faster. The one thing I want to make you aware of that we're going to talk about a lot in this podcast is the difference between energy and time. It's two different things. We ADHDers usually try to account for time. I have the time to do it, but we don't have the energy to do it. In this podcast, I'm going to help you understand that concept, get your energy back so that you can use that newfound energy to then do what you actually want to be fucking doing, which most likely is not shaming yourself for not doing the goddamn laundry. So, that's where we're at, level set. I'm super excited to be here. I had a podcast a long, long time ago. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I stopped, but here we are. We always start new things, do hard things, right? Do things that we are scared of doing that we're doing imperfectly. And this is definitely imperfect. So if you're hanging here, please keep hanging here. Find me on the social medias, Coach Jen T. Johnson, and let me know what's on your mind. What are you struggling with? Because I will absolutely make a podcast episode for that. Because I am here to support the high functioning women who have ADHD, who are, again, often overlooked, often invisible struggles that we have, but we're going to talk about them here and we're going to fix them. And I cannot wait to be your coach and to see you in the next episode.